All right, welcome back to Mully Does Music-ish Stuff. Tonight we're down in the lab with Danelectro Piece Series, part of the miscellaneous Misc Series. I call this the Piece Series because you'll notice, I'll use my handy-dandy pointer here, they all have a peace sign right in the middle. Usually that's a D in the Danelectro world, and I feel like this is something that pretty much every other place has gotten wrong. I think even like the effects database doesn't have the free speech talk box listed as a piece or hippie series. I've also seen it called the hippie series, and I've seen some places that lump in the black paisley with it. The black paisley I don't think ever had a peace symbol on it. I do believe the last one made with a peace symbol was the free speech talk box right here. I've seen those with both the peace symbol and the D. I think that was the last one made, and they perhaps just ran out of peace symbol chevrons there. The black paisley is slightly similar. It's paisley, but it doesn't have the sort of like doodlings and scribblings and stuff on it. Like we've got the picture of the Swami on the Sitar Swami. We've got the flowers. Even the Pscho Flange kind of has the doodles. The free speech is definitely a little bit different in that it's kind of tie-dyed. That still like sits with the hippie theme and still has some of the scribblings on it there. This is if you're going to collect a series, don't start with this one. This is quite possibly the weirdest and least useful series out there. This is just going to be a quick overview. We can dive a little bit deeper into each pedal and talk about it a bit more in later episodes. I'd like to, make this like a little mini series of 5 episodes overview and each one of the pedals. But we can start with the Sitar Swami. That was a kind of, I don't want to say famous, but maybe like infamously bad pedal. I remember reading Guitar Worlds like around 2000 or so where they were reviewing them, and nobody had anything good to say about the Sitar Swami. There's a lot of speculation about what it is and what it isn't. Electro Smash kind of breaks out what's inside of it. I think it's Electro Smash. Has pictures of like the circuit boards and everything in it. There's a lot of flip-flops. There's 2 bucket brigades and a PT 2399 Echo chip in it. It's a lot of things. A lot of people think it is a ring modulator, but it is not that. Guaranteed. A ring modulator has a signal that it creates that it then adds and subtracts from the guitar signal. This creates less musical sounding overtones. It sometimes sounds kind of computery. It kind of sounds like a bit crusher sometimes. But this is not that. This is an octave, I think it's an octave down. And that's probably what the flip-flops are doing in there, dividing the octave. And it's kind of, there's a picture out there floating around of it on the floor of Metallica's
James Hetfield
studio session. And that kind of, I don't want to say brought it back a little bit, but it definitely piqued some people's curiosity in it. It's generally not a very useful pedal. Does not sound very good. It's very noisy. There's some rumor that it was used on the Metallica song Wherever I May Roam. When I demo it here, you'll see that's probably not the case just because it's so noisy, but who knows, maybe they figured out a way to tame the beast. Next is the BackTalk reverse delay. Josh at JHS has talked this pedal up a lot over the years. It is a pretty cool reverse delay pedal. It is arguably the most useful pedal up there. It is definitely the most expensive pedal, clocking in at generally $300 or more. All these pedals are kind of expensive. The Sitar Swamis are around $100. The free speech, you might be able to find a little less than $100, a little more than $100. The Pscho Flange is probably the cheapest one, and you can find those probably around $70 right now, and of course, and up. And they're all built in metal cases like the original Fabtone was. They're pretty, they're built like Danelectro's original line, like the Fabtone. So Without further ado, let's see how these sound. I'm not going to go through every setting. It's just going to be a quick intro. But I do believe the Pscho Flange and the Sitar Swami are related. I believe the flanging circuits on them are very similar, while not maybe the same. They have the same kind of noise. The Sitar Swami may be a bit more so than the Pscho Flange does. I'm playing my Strat. Let's go into a volume pedal into a red fuzz face from the 90s. And that's just so I can clean it up a little bit if I want to, or dirty it up. Because sometimes, like with the flanger, you might want to hear that like 747 jet sound. So without further ado, let's get to that Pscho Flange and see how that sounds. You can hear just without playing, it's loud. And it's kind of a higher band flanger. I'm used to the BF2, which is a little bit lower, more chorusy sounding. But yeah, this has kind of like the almost like sparkly. The talk box takes a little bit of setup, so we're going to cut to that at the end and see how that goes. So next up is the reverse delay. Oops, bumping my mic here. That's the quick version of the reverse delay. Now we can listen to the Sitar Swami in all of its splendor. And you can hear how that's even noisier than the Pscho Flange, but you can kind of hear it's a slightly similar noise. That's pretty clean on the fuzz. That's pretty clean on the fuzz too. And if you want to get into like sitar, it actually comes with a slide to help you simulate the sitar. but that doesn't work very well in my opinion. Of course, I'm not a very good slide player. I'm not a very good player in general. But, yeah, if you want an actual sitar simulator, I highly would much more recommend the Electro-Harmonix Ravish sitar. That's way cooler. But if you want it to sound sitar-y, it helps if you play sitar-y scales, I guess. We're going to have to cut that one out. And that is the Sitar Swami. It does sound kind of weird up here. But you can really hear that second tone that it's generating, and it follows the guitar tone. So that means it's more of an octave than it is a ring mod. And it falls apart with polyphony. So that is at this point the Hippie or Peace series. Stick around to the end, and we'll plug the talk box up and give that a go. And yeah, if you've learned anything, if I missed anything, definitely let me know in the comments. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, hit the bell, help me out with that YT algo, and we'll be able to get some more of this. Some more pedal stuff, some more synth stuff up on the YouTube for you, because I enjoy making these, and I hope you enjoy watching them. Thanks a lot, and let's get this talk box rolling. Okay, this is actually the first time I'm trying this talk box. This thing is a piece of work. Talk boxes are not super popular for a couple reasons. They're complicated. It's basically a speaker in a box with a tube attached to it. Tube goes in your mouth goes to a microphone, and basically you figure out that the only thing you can say is, "Do you feel like I do?" and then you're pretty much done. Well, Danelectro thought they could take some of the complication out of that, and they have this mini mic, which this isn't the mic that came with it. You can get any mic that I guess has a like a stereo mini plug on it. And there was like a clip that went to the hose. This isn't the original hose. If you need a replacement hose, the hose is 7/18 outside diameter, or 7/16 outside diameter, 5/16 inside diameter. So it's not a super common size, but let's give this talk box a try. Oh, also, when you have the hose in your mouth, you tend to drool. So this is a pedal that will make you drool. If I had my druthers, I'd go with a vocoder, but they didn't make a vocoder in the Peace series. And I'm not getting a whole lot picked up by that mic. I think I might be getting more picked up by my vocal mic here, and it's a matter of placement. because I can talk in here and it'll come out the speaker. Oh, lots of fun. Got lots of spit all over the all over the tube already. And turn that off. But yeah, so not only do you get to drool, but in practice, if you were to use this live, it would not work at all. It would feedback like crazy. And if you think about it, if you're on stage with hundreds of watts of monitors and musical instruments around you, and you've got this little stomp box that's pushing something like 1.3 watts through a tube, it's just not going to work. And yeah, I think Peter Frampton said that he had a 100-watt amp pushing his talk box, which I think that is quite a misremembrance, because they usually use very efficient compression drivers. And if you were running 100 watts into a compression driver, into a hose, into your mouth, I mean, he said it shook his molars, but it would impair your hearing the very first time you did that, possibly forever. So, and he probably does have hearing problems, from years and years of playing a talk box on stage. But 100 watts into a compression driver, yeah, I don't think so. But I think Heel makes a talk box. There was one called the Bag, I think. But they're all pretty much the same idea. Some sort of driver into a tube that goes into your mouth. This pedal just picks it back up, or tries to, through a microphone, and then spits it back out the guitar. So it's kind of neat that they tried to do that. It would be all right for maybe quieter studio or bedroom recording or something like that, or just messing around with. But this would not be a pedal you would take on stage with you. Thanks for sticking around for the free speech demo. We'll get into each one of these a little bit later. Like I said, like and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll do it again soon.